And we are back. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Free Judge Podcast, episode 68.
We never left.
You know what I'm saying? It's a Sunday morning. It's a little too early right now. I know Cinco going through it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going through it right now.
We got G's here. K Cinco is to my right across the room. You know what I'm saying? Marv is back behind the desk doing this thing. Shout out to Bravery
Next
Studios.
week I might be on that table. You never know.
the way you come and listen. It's summertime, man. It's time.
Oh.
It's time to go outside. It's time to be outside. It's getting reckless.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me? There's been a lot going on though, because like I ain't gonna lie, the last couple of weeks, like the last week, it's been fake cold. But besides all that, let's talk about this apocalypse we just went through.
Bro.
Like I almost forgot all about that. For a second.
Honestly, what is going on?
Yo, dogs, did you see outside like 4 days ago from the smoke?
Bro, it looked like I tweeted this. I said it looked like, you know how they portray the Middle East in movies?
Yeah.
Like how they put that filter on everything?
Yeah,
just to make it look like it's
bro,
the Middle
that shit look like the apocalypse, nigga. That shit look like straight out of the Resident Evil. It looked like Jesus was about to come down from the clouds and fuck something up. Cause that shit was terrifying, my nigga. And the craziest part is, nigga, when I'm all right, so boom, this is how my day went that day, right? I woke up, went to go get a haircut. I didn't smell nothing. Like I didn't see anything, smell nothing, whatever. By the time I come out from getting my haircut, it smells like so much smoke. I'm like, yo, somebody's house is on fire. Yeah. On God, I walked up the block and down the block. Like, yo, somebody's house is on fire. Feel me? I'm like, I just want, because I looked up, didn't see no smoke. You feel me? Smoke coming from like, big cloud of smoke coming from the ground. So then by the time I drove to my mom's crib, 10, 15 minutes away from there, I'm like, yo, why does it smell like smoke over here too? Like, there's no way this house is burning everywhere. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Yo, by the time I got home, about an hour and a half later, it was orange outside. Yo, by the time I parked my car, got home, it was orange. Like, to the point where I couldn't see the building across the street from my building. Like, it was crazy.
It was orange and hazy. And yo, do you know that there's 300 fires in Canada?
Bro, we are finna die.
300 different ones, bro. And they don't have enough firefighters for it. They better get some of the Mounties.
300 fires,
wildfires.
Like, how does that even happen? And then, mind you, there was some fires in South Jersey too. That's why Jersey got hit so hard. Because there was a bunch of fires going on in South Jersey by Jackson, by where Six Flags is at. And those fires plus the Canadian fires just meeting up together and fucking up the nigga. The ozone took a hit.
Start the rapture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it felt like. Like, I ain't gonna lie. It felt like the rapture. I'm like, what you mean 300 fires? And then
the New York Times, Daily News, something like that, New York News had the headline "Blame Canada." I'm like, oh,
blame Canada is crazy.
South Park was on it with that one.
Yeah, blame Canada is crazy.
Got it.
Nah, but what's even crazier is the fact that, yo, bro, I couldn't see the New York skyline from my apartment for like the last. I just started seeing it last night. Prior to that, you couldn't see shit. Yeah. Like, it didn't look as orange by the next day. By the next day, shit looked cleared. But till you really looked, like, when you look out into the distance, I would realize, I'm like, yo, I don't see any of the buildings I usually am able to see. I don't see Newark. I don't see New York, Newark, none of that shit. So I'm like, yo, it's still smoky as fuck, and we're breathing that motherfucker like never before.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, my asthma was a little messing up. My asthma was a little asthmaing.
It was asthma was asthmaing. I believe it. That shit was scary, bro. That shit was spooky, because I'm like, yo, what is this? It really was. The craziest shit I seen, first of all, I'm watching the news. I see the fires going on in Canada, and they talking about how they're using the helicopters to put it out. The helicopters is starting more fires. And I'm like, how you putting out fire with fire? And then niggas had to explain to me how you put out a big ass forest fire. When there's a bunch of forest fires going crazy, they burn a perimeter around it, so that by the time they keep spreading and they reach this one point that's already burned,
it's already burned.
They don't got shit to burn.
It can't spread.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, controlled burns.
Bro. Up is down, left is right. Yeah. What the fuck is going on? I mean, what you mean put out fire with fire?
PEMDAS, feel me? You gotta cancel it out. One side, I gotta cancel all the other side.
I'm not jacking that, bro. That
algebra, basic algebra.
I never even seen how a helicopter drop fire. What's going on? What's really happening right now? Fire from there was fire coming from the sky, Kamal. This is some biblical shit. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Visually, I was really nervous. Like, yo, I've never seen nothing like this.
You better start repenting, bro.
It was right, exactly. I'm about to go to church because I'm really scared. I'm really nervous. It was like, I remember like last year when there was like the oil leaks and there was fire in the ocean, and they were. Yeah. I'm like, yo, what is going on? I'm like, how is the
and listen,
ocean fire?
There's nothing that surprised me anymore.
Exactly.
Nothing. Exactly. That surprised. No, I feel like I live in a city. Feel me? I feel like I live in the Bronx. Like I can see anything at this point.
I've seen it all.
I've seen it all.
I'm done.
This is oh man, I hope and I don't even know what's going on. It's probably still burning, but it's probably not. We're probably not getting the aftermath like we did before.
That
but
shit might be fake.
Canada up in flames, bro.
That shit was spooky though. Like if you see the shit, like there was like drone footage and shit. Like you see like it's just the forest, and all of a sudden you see one fire, and then all you see is
They was having a fire off.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this shit is just multiplying.
Like, oh, word, you think you can outburn me? Say no more.
Like, watch this.
It was going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. I'm like, yo, what was happening, son? But I mean, neither here nor there. Shit is bad. Shout out to the wildlife because I'm sure they had a lot of casualties. That shit was like
that's what I'm really concerned about, the wildlife.
Yeah, and how this is gonna affect us. This has to have some type of bad effect.
I'm telling you, everything. There's a cause and effect to everything.
Yeah.
And apparently, what Canada was doing is they were allowing their citizens to travel to a whole bunch of countries without visas, so they can get out the country. But
it was that bad?
Yeah,
they had to evacuate Canada.
Well, not everywhere in Canada,
Right.
private. It was this was kind of like by Quebec. So
nah, you're right. Because if our shit was orange, what the fuck? I want to see footage from Quebec.
That's what I'm saying.
So what was the footage from Canada looking like?
But that's what if you ain't got no place to go? Feel me? Well, you ain't got no family, no connections, nowhere else. What you gonna do?
You better get your shit together.
That's what I'm saying.
Get on that bus.
But yeah, no, it was like a long list of countries they allowed. They expedited it. They don't need the visas to go. They can boom, get up out of there. But I wonder what the aftermath is gonna be like.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like after all this subsided and done, they got to go pick up the pieces.
Who started it? How did that start?
Apparently, it was very. Canada. It was very hot in Canada, and it was very dry in May. Apparently.
So they hot and just starts fires?
Yeah, I mean
that's crazy, yo. And like I remember I was looking some shit up in history. Like one of the worst times in the world. Period. I forgot what year it was. I feel like it was like the year 500 or some shit when there was like this crazy like. There was like fires everywhere. Volcanoes were erupting. It was fire everywhere, and they created a cloud of dust that literally destroyed like all the agriculture on the planet. And that's why it was like a human
apocalypse.
Yeah, it was. It really was. It was like how the dinosaurs supposedly got
I know what you're talking about.
Extinct. There was a time where human life literally shrunk to like 20% of what it was because there was clouds of ash
everywhere.
The sun didn't shine for over a year. They said that's in a lot of historical books. It's in Chinese writings, it's in old Mayan writings,
that's crazy. They say there's been like 5-6 apocalyptic events on this earth.
And I believe it. Because disease is another one. Disease is another. It might not be weather, it could be disease. Once some diseases spread.
The plague?
Yeah, them plagues was taking out everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's real. That's why people got so nervous when COVID came around. Thank God for modern science and technology, though. That's why we were able to survive. But we took a lot of losses. Shit, the regular flu.
1918. No, I'm talking about the Spanish flu.
I know. And the regular flu, though, the way that shit was taking people out, man.
But you gotta realize, like, Earth is like 7 billion years old.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, we have no concept of time.
None.
We have no concept of actual time. Like,
we're not even a speck.
It's 2023. Like 100 years is crazy. Yeah, 200 years is crazy. 1,000 years is crazy. 5,000 years is crazy. But that's nothing compared to the scale of how long this Earth has been.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You feel me? Like,
you're right.
Like, we can't even conceptualize 10,000 years. We have no concept of that.
No, not
but
at
that's
all.
Nothing. 10,000 years is nothing in the grand scheme of things.
No, you're right. Especially when you're talking about billions of years old. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy.
Yo, speaking of time, I wasn't even thinking I was going to talk about this today. Speaking of time, all right. So you know that that there are more than one dimension existing at the same time, right?
Oh shit, you just went there.
you know there are other dimensions layered on top.
Depending on what drugs you on, that is a fact.
I know it's a firm fact, and. I got
a chocolate that'll make you feel like you in 4 dimensions at once.
I'm actually about to prove that we know about the 5th dimension.
I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm trying to tell you, I got a chocolate bar that can take us all there, Marv. If you want to partake, you know what I'm saying? More than welcome. We could be it'll be Tuesday, nigga. You think it's Sunday? It's Tuesday now.
So you got to think about it, right? The Einstein theory of relativity was the first time that they equated energy with matter. It was the first time that wasn't actually equated into it being a thing, like they're relative to each other. And this is significant because through the theory of relativity, we know that everything in this universe travels at the speed of light, that the universe is expanding at the speed of light, right?
What the fuck?
The universe is expanding and at the speed of light. The speed of light is the fastest you can go in this dimension.
Right.
If that means we can't go faster than the actual speed of light.
Right.
Right? Because we can't go faster than the universe is expanding. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
So that means anything traveling within our universe has to be slower than the speed of light.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
Right? And now and keep that in mind. So let's talk about a dimension. Anything that's a dimension has to be clearly defined. Has to be clearly defined. So what's one dimension? A straight line, right? That's length.
Right.
One dimension is length, right?
Okay.
What's two dimensions? Length and width.
Right.
That's clearly defined, right? And a third dimension is length, width, and height,
Okay.
right? And
Yo, you just fucked my head up. That's how we get 3D.
three dimensions.
3 dimensions.
Yes.
But that's why the characters are 3 dimensions, because we have the length, height, and width. Oh,
length,
shit.
length, height, and width. That's 3 dimensions. And we can only view a dimension, the dimension before. Let me explain. So our depth perception is not that good, right?
Right.
If you were walking down the street towards me, the only reason how I know you're getting closer to me is looking at your relative position from where you before. You're getting bigger.
Yeah.
But I can't really tell that depth. I see things in 2D, technically. We're 3-dimensional beings, but we see stuff in two dimensions. Our depth perception is not really that good.
Nah, word.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, we know 1 dimension is length, 2 dimensions is length and width, other one is length, width, and height, and that's the dimension we live in, right? It has to be clearly defined. So let's go back, right? Anything that's traveling in our universe,
right,
has to be slower than the speed of light, right? The distance between point A and point B, right? If it's slower than the speed of light, anything in between is time. Time is the 4th dimension.
What the fuck?
Time is consistent, right? It has to be clearly defined.
Right.
Time is the only other constant thing that's clearly defined in our universe.
Right.
It's time.
Right.
Right? And we know, and you can, like I was saying before, you can measure it from you can measure a dimension. You can see stuff from a dimension below. So the 5th dimension, we can see time.
What?
We can see time. The 4th dimension.
We can see time
because we're in 3D and we see stuff in 2 dimensions.
What
right? Does that make sense?
I'm trying to make it make sense. Now you lost me when you said we could see time. Seeing time is crazy.
No. I'm talking about in the 5th dimension, you can see the 4th dimension. The 4th dimension is time.
Oh, right.
Based on perspective.
Right.
You feel me?
Because you have to be a dimension that had to look back.
To be able to get that perspective.
What the fuck?
So, in order to actually go past our third dimensional beings, we have to go beyond the speed of light in order to break through the universe. The faster than the universe.
How many shrooms did you take this morning? Because you on some shit. You told me you was fucked up on alcohol. You exposing yourself right now, nigga. You on acid. This nigga's on an acid tablet right now, mom. Yo.
But yeah. So in a 5th dimensional perspective, time doesn't exist. Imagine being able to see the entire timelines.
Whoa.
In the 5th dimension, because time is not a thing. Time doesn't exist. It's beyond our senses. It's beyond all our 5 senses, beyond time. You can actually see this moment through the 5th dimension. Like just like you can see this being in three different dimensions, length, time, and width.
Yeah.
On length, height, and width, time is the 4th dimension. And you know that through the fifth dimensional perspective.
How the fuck did you even figure? How many books did you read on this shit? Like, how did you even figure that shit out? How did you figure that out to the point where you can even explain it? You said the word dimension so many times. I was like, yo, how's he keeping up? Like, I'm keeping up, but like, how are you keeping up? I would confuse myself explaining that shit.
That kind of I kind of explained it. It makes more sense in my head, but that kind of makes sense.
I got the general concept of it, but I want to go watch some shit about it. Like, I gotta get some more explanations to it.
So, in order for something to be a dimension, it has to be clearly defined.
Right.
The only thing one of the things that's clearly defined in our universe is time. Damn. And it's constant.
Yeah,
and you can see that through the 5th dimensional.
Speaking on time, you know what's crazy? When you said that, all I was thinking about is this YFN LUCCI case. Yo, bro. So when you said time, I'm like, God damn, time. My son is about to go do some time. That shit is fucked up. Like, have you seen that shit through the 5th dimension? This nigga's facing. Yo, listen, YFN LUCCI, man.
I ain't see that through the 5th dimension, but he's bugging.
That nigga, first of all, right, so YFN LUCCI, if y'all don't know, has been in jail for like the last 5 years. Last time we heard of YFN LUCCI, he was 26 going to prom with Lil Wayne's daughter. You know what I'm saying? He was on top of the world. He had Every Day We Live, rest in peace to PNB Rock. Like, that's his biggest song probably. Like, Every Day We Live. Now, he had that and another, and I remember, I think it's called, no, that's Juan Rondo. He had some other like funeral song that's fire though, like that a lot of people was rocking with heavy when that shit came out. So YFN Lucci, he's also the counterpart to YSL. So we've been talking so much about Young Thug and Gunna and their whole situation without ever really getting to talk on YFN Lucci, which is their ops. You know what I'm saying? They're accused. YSL and Young Thug and them are accused of killing YFN Lucci's best friend slash manager. So in the midst of all this, YFN Lucci, it ain't like it's been a one-sided thing. They've been clapping back. They've been doing their thing.
They got their own.
They got their own Rico, right?
They got their own Rico.
They got their own murders, racketeering, all that other violent and criminal, the anti-crime acts and shit like that down in Atlanta and Fulton County. So they ended up offering YFN Lucci 20 years. The judge wants him to do 17. He's been in there about 5, maybe 6, because it's been a minute.
They offered him that plea. And
he said, hell
take that shit to motherfucking trial. He said, I'm going to trial with it.
Yo, bro, take it to trial is mad
and they're
tough.
Offering you, the fact that they're offering you 20 is crazy.
If they offer you 20, they're trying to give you 45. Respectfully. They're trying to cook you.
They're trying to fry you.
And that's why I'm like, yo, you going to take it to trial? You know how many niggas is telling? You want to take it to trial? Your peoples is telling, the ops is telling,
everybody,
the police got it on 4K. Y'all niggas was telling about it in your own music.
You know what's funny?
Jesus.
I can see the prosecution now. As soon as he turned down the plea deal, I'm telling you, feel me? They rushed down. They rushed down to the nearest department store.
Oh yeah.
They got a huge canvas and they're about to paint a beautiful picture.
For sure.
They're about to paint
the illest,
beautiful picture.
A 15-year crime wave. These niggas been doing X and O's, and it's been 10 murders in the last 2 summers.
They about to turn into Michelangelo.
Yo, bro, they about to paint a hell of a picture, bro. I feel bad though, cause take it to trial is mad tough, my nigga. Yo, you could do 11. I know it sounds crazy. Yo, do another 11. Relax, do another 11, gang. Feel me? Maybe get some good time. Maybe get some appeals. Well, actually, I think once you accept the plea, you can't appeal. That's the thing.
There's no appeals.
No, yeah. Once you accept the plea, there's no appeals.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, you're admitting to it.
Yeah, admit it. But that's the thing. You're admitting to murder. 17 years for murder, nigga. Go take that. Run with it, cause you're fucked regardless, bro. If they hit him with a murder, they can hit him with fucking life. He's gonna get a 20. He's gonna do 20. And they're not gonna give him 25 because they wouldn't give you a plea for 20. They're gonna try to get this nigga 40 piece or better. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with all the other shit, bro. They're gonna hit you with 40. You're gonna have to do most of that shit. If you have to do 75, but it's a state case, so I don't know how Atlanta or Georgia works, but normally state case you're allowed to do about a little bit half or a little bit more than half sometimes and be able to get parole after that. But even then, you're gonna do the full 20 regardless. Like you're gonna do your good 20-25, gang. Like it's fucked up.
So hey, if he thinks he can win, whatever.
What do you think? And I mean, shout out to his team, whoever got the money behind him, because bro, going to trial ain't cheap. It don't even matter if you got regular lawyers, and I'm sure he got a great lawyer. I'm sure he got a very expensive lawyer.
It's not cheap at all. It's funny. One of my clients is an attorney that I'm trying to find a house for right now, and he was telling me, like, cause think about it, not like he does a lot of different stuff. He does like malpractice. Mm-hmm. He'll do like sexual assaults, stuff like that.
Get off me charges.
Yep. No. Like for the if something happens to you, you call him.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, it's not cheap for them to go to trial because now they got to come out of pocket for all these experts.
Yeah.
Forensic experts, you got to put on trial. They got to take off work, or you got to fly in an expert from somewhere else. Yeah. Pay for their stay, pay for the hotel.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not even thinking about that.
Imagine if they do it 3-4 days of testifying.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, bro. That's coming out the lawyer's pocket. Right. They got to front that money up front. You feel me? Even to get the right people to represent you properly.
Wow.
Feel me? They got to bring in this expert.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Not even for a second.
Think about that. Yeah.
Oh, that changes a lot of the way I used to have
this person's a blood spatter expert, worked for the FBI for 22 years, resume impeccable. You think that's cheap getting them on that stand?
You're right.
You think that's cheap? No.
Oh,
that's why it costs
years.
It took so many years to prepare for it because it's not cheap. You got to get all your ducks in a row.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all did not think about that.
Trial is
That's super expensive. Because I'm thinking about a lot of different trials. I know they brought in a lot of experts, expert witness, expert this, expert that. Like Lil Boosie was talking about how when he was on trial for his murders and he had originally got convicted, so he was on an appeal. He was on his last straw to be. He got death row. He got sentenced to death row in Louisiana. So he was saying that he ended up paying, I think he said like an extra $50,000 just for a jury specialist, and it was a person who breaks down all the jury members and picks them out one by one why they're not good enough for this jury, they're not qualified for this jury, this person had this happen to them, they shouldn't be part of this jury, and then they got the opportunity to go hand pick who they want to put in the jury. And I mean, of course, they have to explain to the courts this is why this person is a good candidate for the jury, and boom, and it's like, yo, that changes everything. Yeah, you get to hand pick your jury, that's that money.
Jury selection.
That's that money talk, though. That's not happening unless you got the bag to even make that happen. To even start the notion of like, yo, we're gonna pause this court date. Yes. We need another 6 months because we got to go do this now.
Yeah,
and that's why trials be taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. People be on trial for half a decade.
It's really not cheap. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Well, that's coming out. Whoever's representing you, that's coming out of their pocket.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
you're
man.
so right, bro.
It is not cheap.
You got to get the specialist and a mental health specialist to explain why they think you're crazy and this is a crime of passion and not a real criminal.
And you got to get the engineer to tell you why the car couldn't have done this, had to do this. Damn. You know, based on the evidence. Well, there's
and like
no
you
way.
Said, they got to call out work. They got to fly here. They got to get on the fucking airport. I mean, they got to get into the hotel.
They might testify for
Ubers. They got to get in car rides. Like,
meals.
Wow. Damn,
they got to pay for all the meals. Ooh. Yeah.
That changes everything.
If they sit and testify for a week, that's a week worth of expenses.
And you know that I always wonder too, like, yo, why is it that this lawyer for $10,000 is not gonna let me? I can't beat no murder with this $10,000 lawyer, but I spent $100,000 on this nigga, and we in business. I spent $1 million. I'm beating that murder, goddamn it. I'm getting out of there.
And it's like, okay, this $1 million lawyer, he already got the connections. Mm-hmm. He already knows all these people personally. Yeah. You feel me? They families go on trips and stuff. You feel me?
Speaking of beating the murder, okay, so this YSL case is fucking crazy, bro. This shit got GTA characters in it for real. So I don't know if you know Funk.
Yeah,
Funk is Young Thug's brother. It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, his half brother. So that's Young Thug, one of Young Thug's brothers. Yeah. Funk went to jail in 2007 for a murder when I believe he was 17 at the time. It was a robbery. Him and his mans, they robbed somebody. In the midst of it, they backed out to him on son. He had like a $1,500 check that he had went to go cash in, and they knew that he went to go cash that check in, and then they turned around and tried to rob him for that same money. Dude wasn't really going. He lunged at the gun trying to like fight it, and Funk shoots him right in the stomach. Boom. Guy dies over a $1,500 robbery in 2007. Boom. Funk was in jail 11 years. Gets out, I believe, in 2019. Only reason why he gets out, because Young Thug around 2012, 2013 starts buzzing, starts getting a little money. He starts writing him letters like, yo, listen, I'm going to get this money, and all I'm worried about, I'm getting you out. I'm going to get you out. Yo, and quiet as kept. He kept his fucking word the whole time. Literally, somehow, Young Thug was forced to pay. I forgot the lawyer's name, but he's super well known in Georgia. Everybody in Georgia knows he's like the Bradford Cohen of Georgia. Like Bradford Cohen, for y'all don't know, is Kodak's lawyer who pulled that fucking Donald Trump pardon me law, which is fucking crazy. Got Kodak Black out of jail by a presidential pardon. So you already know he on some shit. So the lawyer Thug ended up getting, cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Ends up getting so many appeals and ends up using loopholes and all this other shit to do with 17 when it happened. Blase. Ends up only serving 11 years. He ended up getting hit with, I believe it was 40. Ends up serving 11 years out of that 40 piece. You know what I'm saying? But his co-defendant got life without parole, if I'm not mistaken. Or he got life. He got 40. Let's just call it 40. He got the 40. All right. Mind you, but he was Funk was the trigger man. Wow. In the midst of all this, Thug gets him out. He ends up being the appeal. Like Thug talks about him a lot in his music. He said, "My brother had life. He gave it back." He says that shit a lot because that's what it's called. Like when you beat someone on appeal, like a life sentence, you giving it back. Like, oh, they gave me a 50 piece. I gave that shit right back. So he always says that shit in his songs. So listen out for that. But long story short, so Funk gets out. Then he gets caught up in the YSL Rico case.
Now he telling.
And now it comes out that he was telling more than Gunna was. See, the thing is, Gunna got caught on camera, and that shit wasn't even supposed to be recorded.
Yeah, I know.
But when Gunna was in court talking about yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, yes, ma'am, this is yes, it was a gang, all that shit. Funk and Duke and all them other motherfuckers that caught them pleas, apparently, there's paperwork saying that they was on that stand and they agreed to testify on Young Thug's trial. My nigga Funk was giving up. He was giving up. Hits that happened. He gave up shit like certain people that been getting protected in jail, certain people that had money on their head. He's giving out how they was using drones to drop phones into the compound. Like, yo, bro, He put all this shit on paperwork. If y'all don't listen to, go to EOS, End of Sentence, 1090 Jake on YouTube. He got the whole breakdown. Crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm talking about paperwork on the screen. And he's initialing next to everything that he's agreeing to do. And he ended up getting a 12-year plea deal off that. And he got let out after the little 7 months that he had did. So, and mind you, he had just did 11. Came home for like, he was only out for like 2-3 years maybe. Back in jail.
Back in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Comes out. Now, he gets pulled over at the fucking gas station in a blacked out, tinted out G-Wagon, got a gun on him, right back to jail. So now he got to serve the remainder of his 12-year plea deal. So now he told for nothing. Now you told and got 12 years. On top of the fact, nigga, you just did 11. So it's like, yo, bro, do you like jail? Like, what's going on? Like, it's a fucked up situation.
And somebody like that, it's like, yo, do you like, you right? Like, do you like jail? Like,
it's the selective politicking too, because nobody mentioned this. And this is Young Thug's actual blood brother. Like somebody that Young Thug paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to get out of jail. Turns around and now uses his freedom to tell on his brother. It's fucked up, bro.
It's crazy. And
it's fucked up.
And it is selective because he don't got the name behind him.
Yeah,
and it wasn't on television. Yeah, it wasn't in 4K.
But it's just twisted, man, because it'll be the people that you did everything for to help you get out that'll turn around and be like, yo, it's me versus the world. Like, I'm sorry, baby boy, but you're gonna have to take this. It's like, damn, son. It's a cold fucking game. It's a cold game.
I heard he was telling, but I didn't know the whole backstory like that. Yeah. That's crazy.
It's a wicked way, man. Like, man. It's sad. It's fucked up to see it go down like this. And what's even more sad is the dude, his original Cody that they caught the body with in 07, he wasn't the trigger man.
Yeah.
And he's doing 40 regardless. Why? Because he doesn't have a rich brother to pay for his fucking trial. I mean, to pay for appeals. That's fucked up, bro. He didn't even pull the trigger. He's doing 40.
It all came back.
You got a second chance at life, came home and did some bullshit.
It all came back with how expensive these appeals are and expensive going to trial is. Bro.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, and it's listen. It's America. It's a rich man's sport, rich man's game. Yeah. Feel me? If you ain't got it, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, whoever it is. Feel me? Because, man, Doug's trial starts soon, I think.
I mean, I'm terrified. I think they're gonna try to put him under the jail. I just hope, man.
He's fried, deep fried.
But what I can say is though, Young Thug's gonna be good as far as financially, so he'll have the money to do whatever he got to do. Because I mean, at least he got the finance to keep it going. The streams, the way streaming works, he's gonna stream forever. He's gonna stream forever.
Does he have his publishing?
I mean, he owns some part of it. I'm sure he does. And if not, they're working some. Listen, they're down to ride for him. Listen. Here's your check. Go get your. You know what I'm saying? When things get like this, labels tend to help artists out. Especially when you're that caliber. You've been making the money for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. When your fucking CEO Kevin Lyles shows up to your trial. You know what I'm saying? Not even to your trial. That was his. It wasn't his trial.
It wasn't his trial. That was his bail hearing.
Yeah, bail hearings. Yeah, when you got that happening, it's okay.
He said he'll put up $2 million of his own money.
Yeah, yeah, to bring him out right.
I remember that. $2
million in cash, not no 10%. Here's $2 million. Nigga, hold this.
And there was like, and a lot of the people who was about to tell on him. They were begging the judge not to let him out, that they were scared for their lives.
Yeah, man.
I remember that.
Listen, man, it's getting spooky and spooky on that case. Man.
Yo, speaking of spooky, did you hear about the plane crash in Colombia?
No.
Oh my gosh. Listen, all right. So,
there was cocaine involved in this story at all?
No cocaine.
Damn it!
This was.
I love a good Colombian cocaine story.
This was this was like an indigenous tribe or whatever. They were indigenous and natives, and there was the pilot. It was the religious leader, the mother, and 4 kids.
They were indigenous people on this plane.
Yeah, they were like they were.
Who the fuck bought their plane tickets?
It was a small plane. I mean, they not. I mean, feel me? They.
Oh, it wasn't. I'm thinking they on United or something.
It was a small. It was like
who used their credit card to pay for this? Because they don't have credit cards.
It was like a small plane. There was a plane crash, right? And deep in Colombia, and for 2 weeks they're looking for the plane. 2 weeks looking for the plane. They find the plane. The pilot, the religious leader, and the mother are all dead. The kids are nowhere to be found. 40 days later, they've been searching for the kids the whole time. They find the kids. Oldest was 14. Oldest was 14. The youngest was like an infant. They survived. The only thing they had is bug bites and dehydration. They survived in the Amazon for 40 days.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Young kids. The oldest was like 13, 14. And they found them 40 days later.
So they survived completely?
They survived completely. So the plane crashed. They searched for the plane.
Right, now I get it.
2 weeks later, they find
the plane.
All the adults dead.
Oh, and so basically these
The
niggas
kids weren't
survive.
there.
They gonna make a hell of a I Survived episode off that shit.
What, bro?
That shit gonna be fire.
Netflix is whoo.
Oh yeah, they about to get the bag. What?
Netflix is they can't wait to do this story
That's
documentary.
crazy.
Bro, they survived for 40 days.
But they indigenous. That's they shit. I just thought about it. That's not impressive, nigga. I just thought about it. That's they shit. That shit is wild to us.
That shit.
Like, drop them niggas off in the middle of Harlem. They'd die out there. They would not last 60 days in Harlem, nigga. Them niggas could last 60 days in Amazon because that's what they do.
It was like
I just thought about it.
It was
They
like
home.
14, 10, 6, and like a year old.
Yeah, the impressive part was surviving a plane crash. The rest of that shit was normal. That was regular scheduled programming for them. Them niggas out there fighting jaguars and shit. They don't give a fuck. Niggas is fearless.
Like I said, the only thing is they were a little dehydrated and bug bites. And other than that, it was straight.
They was straight.
It was good. You see the
niggas was not worried, bro. Them niggas out there probably eating turtle and shit.
Yo.
They got pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta find them.
Bro,
I mean, it's 2023. I'm over here thinking like it's 1960 shit.
They got whole articles
What?
about it.
I gotta go find one of these little niggas. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
They probably gonna
I'm
they
like,
probably
yo.
getting adopted right now by some Hollywood family.
Yo, that was...
Nah, I'm not actually. No, I'm not adopting no 14-year-old that can survive the Amazon for 60 days. Hell no. Hell no. This thing's gonna gut you like a fish in your sleep.
What? You talking about? That'd be the handiest man you ever...
Oh yeah, nah. 14 years old, indigenous 14-year-old. Yeah, that's like a 50-year-old in regular life.
No,
yeah.
you're right.
That's like a 50-year-old. Yeah, about right. Yeah, that nigga can do all the trades.
It was just an amazing story. I'm like, wow. There's no
I gotta
way.
go find that story. I want to. That's crazy.
Literally like 2-3 days ago, the kids were just found, and I remember when the plane crashed. I remember the story we're hearing about the plane crash and everything.
Oh shit! So you've been keeping up with this shit without even needing to.
I was like, oh, word, they found the kids? No way. But nah, that's tragic though. That's their moms. Feel me? Like,
yeah. But out there, like, that shit is no. If you were indigenous, once again, nigga, your cousin walked out to go grab some berries and he never came back. What happened to him? Shit, I don't know. Yeah. Then a month later, they kill a cheetah. The cheetah got a piece of his fucking cloth stuck to his tail. To his fucking fingernail or some shit. Like, that's normal. Like, hey, Ben walked out to the river. Ben never came back. Well, what happened to Ben? He got hit by a hippo. Ben's gone.
All I know, if that was me, it'd be a dove.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Oh yeah, it'd be a dub for sure. That's what I'm saying. We couldn't survive for sure. I couldn't survive in DR for a week, nigga. 60 days.
All right, so question for you. Me, it'd be a dub either way. But I have a question for you. Would you rather be stranded in Amazon, the desert, the Arctic, or lost at sea?
Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. All right, Lost at Sea is a fucking dub. That's number one. We not doing. I don't fuck with water like that.
I know you. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's
nighttime in the water. It's pitch black out there, and the world is under you. Nothing's around you. You just know there's billions of things under you. Nah, fam. Not doing that.
I already knew that.
Not doing that. That's not happening. The Amazon, I don't think I can survive that either. Like that's too crazy, bro. I be watching a lot of like some shit called like I Survive, and they show like it be people that like boat crash, helicopter crashes, landed in the Amazon, survived that, and like shit like what you just said, literally at sea, the desert. The Arctic is crazy. The Arctic is too cold. I'ma die with my sleep. Like I'ma just free. That might be the easiest way to die. Just get hypothermia and die. Like I'm trying to think, what's the easiest way to die?
Just take off your coat. Like
I think the desert might be my best option because at least I can see everything. There's not that many vicious animals out there. You might run into a coyote or two. I'll fuck a coyote up if I really got to.
If you find a tree, get some.
Now the Amazon, you got jaguars, snakes, tarantulas. I think that might be the worst one because that one you're constantly gonna be fucked with. They got bugs out there that'll eat your face, nigga. Like a mosquito out there will give you malaria.
The horseflies.
Oh my God, ants. You just standing, ants. Vroom.
No, oh yeah. Oh,
that might be the most. That might the Lost at Sea might be the most torturous because you're surrounded by water and you're dying of thirst.
I honestly,
like what the fuck.
Honestly, I feel like it'd have to be the Amazon for me. Feel me? I bet it'd be the easiest. There's
the Amazon.
I think it'd be the easiest way to survive. Feel me? Like
I mean, yes, because you'll be able to. You can eat,
feel me?
But you're gonna be eating. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It might be a dub.
Bro, I was watching this shit on.
It might be over.
I was watching this shit on I Survived, bro. Son said that when he was in the Amazon, it was him and his mans. And it was like stuck. No, it was him and his girl or some shit. They were stuck in the shit together. Cool. He said, literally, the grass was so high. You don't see anything in front of you. There's no like, oh, I'm looking into the distance. No, grass is here. Everywhere you turn. Like, the only way you can walk through that bitch is this. You have to do, it's like swimming. You got to do this. You got to be constant. Like, you ever seen them
like
TV shows where they be chopping?
Indiana Jones.
That's real. That's real. That's the only way you're getting through it. And at any step you take, there could be a jaguar right here.
Right, yeah.
That's been smelling you for a week now and just been tracking you down. Like, yeah, I'm going to kill this nigga when I get a chance. And then you look up, there's a baboon that might fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever kind of monkeys. I don't know, bro.
You got them ticks.
Where you sleeping at?
Got them ticks, all that.
Oh, another thing. They said in the Amazon, they said at nighttime, the Amazon is just as loud as like New York City.
That's what I heard.
Like the animals are all screaming, and even the beetles, all the insects, they're all just at top. They're at their mating time. And
that's all mating calls.
Yeah, and they're all just what?
Yeah.
And mind you though, you laying down, surrounded in grass. And you don't see any of these niggas.
Yeah, because it's pitch black.
All you do is hear it.
You better hope it's a full moon.
Ain't no moonlight coming through this bitch. There's too many trees.
Too many trees. You're right.
Ain't no moonlight, nigga.
You're right.
You in a pitch black, and guess what? It's raining, nigga.
Yeah,
it ain't called rainforest for nothing. So it was hot earlier, right? Now you fucking freezing.
Yo, you try to sleep.
And wet.
You try to sleep. You hear it says like, "Yo, my man, yo, what's up, yo, where you at?" Like.
No, bro, I couldn't do it, bro.
Shorty looking good
quicksand?
over there.
Oh my god, some fucking quicksand? Kill me, bro. I'm not with it.
And you try to sleep, be like, shut the fuck up. Be like, yo, my man, you cock blocking right now. Like, I'm trying to get me,
bro. My nigga, snakes? Nah, dog. It's too. I'd be too jittery. Like,
nah, there's too much. Yeah, there's a lot.
I'm saying,
there's a lot. There's so much going.
I feel like the Arctic is the easiest way out. Desert might be the safest. You also like polar bears, bro. Polar bears in the Arctic.
Yeah.
Yo, first of all, you don't see them. They're fucking white for a reason. They blend in, and it's always snowing. So your vision is blurred. So you just be walking, all of a sudden, polar bear stands up in front of you. You're like, where the fuck was you at? Oh, I'm laying right here because I'm white as snow. Like, nah, son.
And they're very vicious.
Polar bears are the most vicious by a long shot.
They don't play that. They don't play none of that.
Yeah. At all. It's because the only thing they eat is live things. There's no berries. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no river. And it's hard to find. So when you find something, it's beef.
It's lit. It's lit. Everything.
When we find something, it's lit, nigga. We fucking up this seal. We're going to eat the shit out these penguins. We don't give a fuck. Like, oh, you alive out here? Bet.
Oh, word? Anything moving is food.
And it's funny because shout out to Coca-Cola because the Coca-Cola like fantasized this bird and this bear and made him such like a lovable animal and it was cute with the little Coke scarf and all. That is the most vicious beast. That is the scariest bear there is. There's grizzlies and there's black bears. That shit ain't nothing. No, like, a black bear is our size. Like black bear ain't much bigger than us.
Nah.
But polar bear?
Polar bear.
Yeah. Different. And then when you see that shit pick his head up after it's been tearing up carcasses and it's just red.
Bad blood.
And you're like,
and it stands on 2 feet and it's towering over you.
It's 8 feet tall. Fuck that. Fuck that, nigga. I'm not jacking it.
And the problem about it is when you're in the Arctic, you're not running anywhere. Where are you running on ice? It's over.
You're not going nowhere.
You're a sitting duck. Legit, like.
Yeah.
A bear comes out like, come on, man. Y'all try making this too easy for me. Yeah. Like, come on. Like, y'all try to be bad disrespectful.
Yeah, like, this nigga a shot, bro. Like, this ain't hunting, nigga. This is not hunting.
Like, I'm pussy? Like,
I'm not
this
jacking
what you giving me? Like, this not even a challenge. Like, nah, you're sitting, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
A bear attack might be the scariest shit, because you're just fucked, bro. You're fucked. They run 35 miles an hour
and they climb.
Shit is 600 pounds.
You ain't climbing. No, what tree are you climbing,
bruh? I seen once again. Go watch I Survived. I don't know if you watched that shit before.
It's on Netflix.
No, I just be on YouTube a lot.
I feel like
I Survived. There's another one too. I Survived in I can't remember the other one. But it'll be in the related searches.
Speaking of, did you see on video? Man's got killed by a tiger shark in Egypt.
A tiger shark in Egypt. Oh, that was Jesus directly. He was calling you home, gang.
He was
rest in peace.
He was on vacation. He was on people are on the shore recording it. Like he's being eaten by a shark. They have it on camera. Legit.
Twitter, gotta be Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. Twitter. Absolutely
Only
Twitter.
place you can get eaten by a tiger shark and not get flagged. Shout out to Twitter. Only place that can happen.
Like everyone on shore screaming like like
and they're watching him.
Like they actually see it. Whoop. And then of course they go and capture it and try to cut him open, bro. You know how big that shark was? Huge. That shark was like big as his room from there to there. That shark was huge.
It devoured the nigga. What they cut him open for?
I see. I hate when they do that.
What were they gonna do? Pick him out in pieces?
That's my point. I hate when stuff like that and they kill the animal. Why are you killing the animal for?
Well, it was beef with that nigga. It was something personal. What I don't like, it was Harambe's actual like birthday or death day.
R.I.P. Harambe.
When they boo my son Harambe, it's like, yo,
listen,
my man.
Cincinnati Zoo, we not off you. We never off you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't jacking that. But like, it's like, he didn't even kill nobody. See, the shark, it was personal. We just watched you kill somebody. We got to set an example. We're going to burn you at the stake and show you in front of town.
Like, for what?
I mean, it's beef. It just happened. Harambe didn't kill nobody. He didn't even hurt the kid.
I mean, it's not going to bring him up. He's not going to come back alive. Like, you feel me?
A shark just did shark shit.
He was out here sharking, feel me? You mad at the shark for sharking. You feel me?
That's what I always say, too. Like, when shit like that happens, like when the niggas get ate by a fucking panther in the middle of the jungle or by a shark in the middle of the ocean, it's like, yeah, you was in his crib. Like that's like if that nigga walked into your living room, you gonna go shoot him, right?
Yeah, you
like if a bear walks in your backyard, you shoot him. Why? Because you scared.
And then literally you see you literally see finish him, the fatal blow. Like it's crazy. And then you see a boat come out of nowhere and they get the shark and they drag him on the shore. Yo, shark is bro. I'm telling you, it was like from there to there.
I gotta see that,
bro.
Shit.
Yo, I'm sending it to you. It's crazy, but R.I.P. to my man. He was on vacation.
Damn,
apparently.
son. But yo, shark, that's some pure deep blue sea shit.
They killed the shark for sharking. Feel me?
Yeah.
For doing shark shit.
Like I said, though. It was beef, nigga. Right. It was beef. Shit was personal. Shit was personal. We just watched you do that, gang. We got to ice you, my nigga. You scaring the people. Nobody's going to get back in that water. Because first of all, sharks ain't supposed to be coming to the shallow water. They don't want to eat people. Like, they just think that we're fucking seals and shit. So it's active in here. But they be terrified of that shallow water because they know they can get caught up. Because you got to remember, sharks breathe air. Yeah. The same way dolphins and them niggas do. They need air.
No.
I'm tripping. I'm thinking about dolphins.
The gills, yeah.
I'm thinking about dolphins. I'm tripping. That's what I meant to say though. They can't breathe air, so like they'll get caught in the shallow ends and be fucked up.
And fun fact about sharks, it's impossible for them to swim backwards.
Yeah.
So like if you see them get caught in a trap, they'll squeeze their way and get trapped even more. They can't swim backwards, and they actually also have to keep moving for water to flow through their gills. They can't be stagnant.
Yeah. They
gotta
sleep,
be like even on
sleep
autopilot.
moving.
Yeah, they even when they're on autopilot. But yeah, they say well, if this ever scenario where it happens, they say you're not supposed to swim away from the shark. You're not supposed to excessively splash because you food. Feel me? They say what you're supposed to do. I mean, in a dream scenario, you're supposed to.
Ain't no fucking dream in a nightmare scenario.
You're supposed to take his snout and push it away. That's what they say.
Yeah, bad he's coming in with his mouth wide open, the size of my whole torso.
You're supposed to take the top of his head and try and just move it away.
Just lightly move it away.
Yeah.
1,000-pound monster.
That's what I'm saying.
Swimming 30 miles an hour.
20-foot shark. But no, but you're not supposed to swim away.
There's 20-foot sharks.
How big? The great white is 25 feet, bro. How big you think a great white is?
What?
25 foot.
That's a first down.
Yo, that's
damn near first down.
First down. That's a quarter football field.
Nah, hell no. 25 feet.
Oh yeah, not 25 yards. 25 yards.
Whoa, 25 yards, my nigga. Get me off this planet. Get me off this fucking planet. I mean, they said there was shit like that. What was that nigga? Megalodon?
The Megalodon.
I don't know how big that.
80 foot.
80? Oh, that's not that bad.
80, 100 feet.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Not that bad.
It's like 30 yards. Ain't
not
that bad. I mean, I thought the shit was like a football field.
100 feet? You know how tall that is? That's 10 stories.
What? All right, yeah. Whoa.
You know how tall that is?
Is it?
A 2-story building is 20 feet.
I'll be feeling like that's cap.
Nah. I mean, standard.
Yeah, I was about to say standard. Right. Because in a building, it'd be different.
It's 10 feet. It's 10 feet each floor. Standard.
Yeah, you're right. That is the standard of it. Right?
Yeah. So 25-foot shark is 2.5 stories.
Nah, that's fucking scary.
From snout to tail.
Oh yeah, nah, you're right. Fuck that.
Yo,
but that's like whales though. See, like whales eat your ass like whole. Like a whale will just swallow you, not even bite you. Like, come here. Like whales just open their mouth and let water come in, and whatever's in there, we gonna eat that. And it's gonna get strained through the teeth and shit. Like
you talk about like the baleen.
They'll literally slice your ass open and you still be in there, nigga.
Chilling. Be in there, chilling. Like, yo, it's kind of cold out there. Close the door.
Yeah, like what the fuck going on out here?
Nah, man. But yo, the ocean's scary, bro.
Oh, the ocean is like the scariest shit in the world to me.
Yo.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not fucking with that.
So I already, as soon as before I gave out the snare, I already knew you wasn't doing.
Yeah, bro. It's because I firmly believe like fuck outer space. The aliens is right there. We over here looking at the moon,
Legit.
all that other shit. They figured it out. They're over here drinking water. They breathing water.
And
why? There's more water than
realize.
everything else on this planet, my nigga. Them niggas is right there. You ever seen a squid? It's a beaked octopus that has ink. Like, you know, no, the octopus has the ink, but it's a beaked fucking monster octopus. My nigga, I'm not doing that.
That changes colors.
Changes colors. Octopus has ink.
The
Like,
the giant squid, its eyes is the size of a volleyball.
like, bro, why? Why? You gonna tell me that's not an alien, dog? You gonna tell me that's normal? That's heavenly? God made that?
Like,
I
the
don't know,
ocean
son.
is a different world, but the deep ocean is a different world in itself.
Yes.
It's a whole nother ecosystem.
That's what I'm saying, because we eat whatever be coming in the regular ocean, but then they got the bro, what you mean you got a fish at the bottom of the ocean with a light coming off his face? You gonna tell me that's not some alien shit, gang? That's why I don't eat seafood.
Bioluminescence and all that.
My nigga, come on, son. If I was out here glowing in the dark right now, y'all niggas would kill me. Y'all would put me in a museum somewhere. Like if I had a ray of sunlight just coming out the middle of my forehead, I'd be in a fucking zoo somewhere. There's no way. You gonna tell me that's normal. And niggas like, nah, it's just the ocean. Like, you know, that just develops. Nigga, them shits is from Neptune, Pluto. They from different planets and they landed there. And y'all niggas is microwaving them and cooking them up and heating them up thinking that shit is sweet. Stop eating that seafood shit. I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, you bugging. Seafood.
What you mean clams got pearls? What you mean jewelry came out of an animal? Yo, bro, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
help me understand. Yeah. Seahorse, the male has a kid. These are fucking aliens, and we're acting like it's normal.
The male does have a kid.
We're acting like it's normal. Turtles live to 200 years old. Get the fuck out of here, sea turtles.
What you mean a crab can cut off his own arm and grow back? What do you mean?
This is what do you mean an eel? An electric snake?
Electric snake in the
ocean. What type of comic book shit is that?
In the ocean.
In the ocean. In the ocean. Another thing, right. What you mean
electricity in the ocean.
Electricity in the ocean. You hear what I'm saying, Mom? This is bullshit. They letting us think this shit is okay. Jellyfish, shit don't got a brain, but it's alive.
It has no bones,
it's see-through. Octopus, the biggest octopus can fit through a keyhole.
Yeah. How?
That's some mutant shit.
How that is. That really is some mutant.
You hear what I'm saying? That's why when niggas be like, oh, why don't you? They have suction cups and shit. Come on, bro. Look at these beasts. Look at this fucking whale. Like killer whales, dolphins, they're geniuses. Like, you ever thought about it? Niggas go fishing every day since the beginning of time. You ain't never caught a dolphin on a hook. How fucking smart is this dolphin? How the fuck does a dolphin not fall for the trick? It's never. You ain't never seen niggas catch a dolphin with no fucking food. They'll hunt. They might hunt the shit and throw it in the SeaWorld. You know what I'm saying? That's different.
And a lot of them.
They threw him in a net. But I'm talking about throw a reel out in the middle of the ocean with some food on it. Dolphin's never gonna eat that shit. Ever.
I'm not falling for that.
Ever.
The hooks. The hooks, me boy. The hooks.
Joe Rogan said some shit on one of his stand-ups. And he was like, if there were fucking cheeseburgers flowing down from the heavens, people would disappear all the time. Like, free meal? I'm grabbing that cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like, motherfuckers the homeless niggas would be disappearing off the streets of Newark on a daily basis. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not smart enough to avoid that either. Like, free burger? Back. Huh. Now you gone. Like, now he's just gone. Like,
and you want to talk about the reputation commercially of animals. You mentioned dolphins. Mm-hmm. Dolphins are terrifying.
Dolphins rape?
That's what
Dolphins
I'm saying.
murder?
No.
Dolphins. Matter of fact,
they'll eat the babies so the women will have more children. Like, feel me? Like, dolphins are
that's some horny shit.
Dolphins are crazy.
Yo,
feel me?
Bro, that's
they be they be getting high too. They be some fish have certain toxins that are deadly to others, but not them. But it's like a hallucinogenic. Legit, yo, dolphins are like humans, bro.
Oh yeah, they smart as shit.
Dolphins are like humans.
But all that SeaWorld shit, but they figured it out.
They be raping the males. Males be raping males. Hey, like, they be going
that's crazy.
Hey, yo,
and,
going crazy.
And like, they sense like shit. They niggas migrate and shit when there's certain storms and shit. Like, they got to figure it out. They have a whole ecosystem that works for them. It's this dog eat dog, nigga. The bigger dog gonna eat the little dog, and if you too small, get the fuck out the way and go hide under some coral or something, nigga. Go tuck away in some coral or something, like Finding Nemo and them, nigga. You better hide. Like, everybody got to play a role, and everybody got to get the fuck out the way. Yeah. Like, look at stingrays, bro. How do you explain that fucking disgusting creature? And they killed Steve Irwin, one of my fucking idols. That was my fucking mans. But it's like, I can't explain that.
It doesn't
I'm
make
not
sense.
fucking with them.
It just doesn't make sense.
I'm not fucking with them, gang. They learned how to breathe water. Stop it. They learn how to go somewhere that the food supply is limitless for life. Them niggas don't ever go hungry. None of them go hungry. Ever.
Because they know.
Ever. If they hungry, it's because they was being lazy. Nigga, there's food everywhere. They're everywhere. We can eat any of this. Like
all this is ours.
And nigga, it's so real, nigga. The plants is alive. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The plants, the coral reef the coral is a fucking animal.
Yeah,
like,
moving around. The sea anemone.
Come on, son. Starfish and shit. Like
it just don't make sense.
I don't know, man.
It just don't make sense. Just
I don't know, man.
And we know more about space than the ocean. We don't know shit about space.
Exactly. They say yeah, word. Yeah.
We don't know nothing about space. We know more about space than our own planet.
Yeah,
because most of our planet is
But that's the thing, though. They only said it because they've reached as far as they can go with the fucking planets, and there isn't too much to talk about compared to what we could talk about in the ocean. They're like, yo, every day we finding some new shit.
Yeah,
like, every day we find new depths.
But it's crazy because we live here. We don't know. We don't know.
They said the ocean make up what 70% of the Earth's surface.
Yeah, 70-something%.
So like, the aliens is here now. They own the majority of our shit.
The Mariana Trench goes 2 miles deep, bro. 2 miles.
That's fucking crazy.
2 miles deep.
That's crazy. That's like 11,000 feet.
We don't have.
That's like 11,000 feet.
We don't have any.
That's fucking crazy.
We don't have any submarines or anything that can go that because of the water pressure.
11,000 feet is what 1,000 stories, like 1,100 stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 11 Empire State Buildings.
Yo, think about how deep that is.
What the fuck?
We don't have any.
11 of them stacked on top of each other.
We don't have technology to go that deep. Because too much water pressure, too cold.
The idea of water pressure is fucking dope to me. Like that shit is kind of crazy to me. Like because it makes so much sense. The deeper you go, the more water is up and around you.
Yes.
The more it's pressing up on you.
The more it's pressing up against you.
And it fucks up the circulation, the blood flow. Everything's being pressed. You can't breathe. And then you eventually just can't. It'll suffocate you.
And that's why. And that's another reason why divers when they dive so deeply, they have to. They can't shoot up. They have to come up slowly.
You ever watch the movie 47 Meters Down?
Yeah, I did.
Fire.
I did see that.
They break that whole shit down, right?
They call it the bends.
Yeah. And people die.
Oxygen in your blood. Yeah,
a lot of divers die from that shit.
Oxygen in your blood. Your body has to get used to the change of water pressure. You can't just shoot back up. Your body has to be able to adjust.
Yeah.
So like you got to think about it as a diver. Let's say your oxygen is running low. You can't just shoot up to the surface. You have
that shit mapped out.
Yeah, you literally have to have it mapped out.
Yeah, because that movie 47 Meters Down is exactly that. Those girls were stuck down there with some scuba tanks. They had the air to breathe, but they had to slowly bring them up because if they would have just run the reel up fast as possible, they would have died. They would have literally died on the way up because the way the air pressure would have. I mean, the way the water pressure would have.
The oxygenation in your blood.
Yeah, that shit would literally shoot up to your brain and shut you down. Like, whoop. It would hit too fast.
Way too fast. Yeah, that's so strange.
Yeah.
But the idea of water pressure makes so much sense, but it's like and only certain colors can reach certain depths.
What?
Yeah, on the color spectrum. That's why if you go down real deep, your blood's not gonna be red. Your blood's gonna be like purple or something. Because red doesn't go to red as far as wavelengths, red is the
here we go, these dimensions again. Let's go.
Red is the shortest wavelength. It's the weakest.
The 6th dimension.
It's the weakest, and purple is the strongest. Ultraviolet purple. Red is
red.
The deeper you go, the less colors that you can actually be able to see.
Yeah, I mean, it do make sense. So it's not even that it's pitch black like down there. It's like, nigga, the colors don't even come down this far.
No, I'm talking about it gets pitch black because there's no sun.
Right.
You feel me? You can't even. There's
no, but I'm thinking about even when they put like the lights down there.
Yeah, a lot. You can't see a lot of colors.
It's still dark.
You can't. You can't see a lot of colors the deeper you go down because it doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Science doesn't even make sense. It never makes sense. Like
not to the average person because we're not qualified to understand that shit.
But in general, like breaking something down scientifically to make it make sense still doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, because what you mean?
There's an explanation for everything.
I'm trillions of molecules vibrating at the same time, and that's how mass.
How? What do you mean that there are trillions of cells living their own worlds?
Yeah, just vibes.
How? What do you mean? They don't know what's going on. But who's to say? Who's to say that we're not cells from a bigger being? Who's to say?
Like we're in somebody's bloodstream right now, like some osmosis Jones shit.
Who's to say we're not? Think about it. If you shrink down to the smallest molecules, you shrink down to atoms. Atoms have their own They have their own way of doing things. You feel me? They have their own life.
I'm gonna get you drug tested.
And
because here you go again.
Think about it.
You talking that mushroom chocolate shit, bro?
Yo, but think about it. You know how small and irrelevant the Earth is compared in the grand scheme of things.
Of course,
compared to the cosmos.
Yeah, shit, the cosmos.
So think about it. We are a flying ball moving thousands of miles in space, rotating on its own axis, and we can't even feel it.
And we're so big that we have a gravitational pull, which is why the moon follows us.
That's what I'm saying. And we're traveling at thousands of miles an hour right now. We can't even feel it. We're going about our lives. So who's to say we're not cells on another being? Who's to say?
Damn.
You feel me? On a huge being that we can't even quantify. And we can't even quantify. We can't even really see what's going on out beyond the cosmos. And we're an irrelevant, like, we're literally like, if this entire rug was a universe, we're literally like one speck of the rug. We can't even see beyond anything else. So who's to say we're not cells on a bigger being? Nobody
Who's to say this shit is not all a dream, nigga? And I'm really Neo from the Matrix. Who is to say?
It's just I don't know. I'm just rambling now, but
nah, because it's true.
Who's to say? Like I said, we're flying. We're literally on a flying rock, spinning around a bigger flying rock, spinning on it while we're also spinning on our own axis, and we don't feel any of it.
I love it though.
We just go about our day like, oh.
I love it though, because when you think about it, the fact that we figured that shit out in these last whatever thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, it really has not been that long since we've been figuring that shit out, and we're getting only smarter and smarter, and technology expands so exponentially. It's like, yo, every day.
Actually, I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What you mean?
I know we got to wrap it up. I just want to leave it on this. I don't know if we were more advanced than the ancients as far as technology is concerned.
Oh no, we lost it and we're coming back.
But I'm saying no. I think we're moving further away.
You think we're
moving personally. I think we're moving.
That's a perfect way to segue out of here, man. We're gonna have to leave that shit on the cliffhanger. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think we're moving further away? I mean, I see what you're saying though. I see what you're saying
because we don't know we have no connection to the Earth. We have no connection to the universe. Yeah. We think technology is our connection. But our connection is long gone. I think we're moving further away. Personally, I think they were way more advanced than us. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, you're right. I see where you're going with that. I see where you're going. Moving shit with vibrations and all that other sound shit and being spiritual and all that. And the realms and diving into your eighth dimensions. I know what you're talking about. I see. I'm here. I see what you're saying. You changed my mind. I see where you're going with that.
I think we're going
But I think eventually, maybe 100,000 years from now, it might take us a lot longer to regain what we lost before. It's going to take a lot of trauma. It's going to take a lot of apocalyptic shit. A lot of 300 Canadian fires. Shit like that. It'll happen.
We don't even speak the right language.
Oh, you
we speak a dead language.
Listen,
we can't even reach.
Ladies and gentlemen, because the language we speak is on shrooms. My man is on that shit, and I'ma holler at him. I'ma make sure he's good. Y'all don't worry at home. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a Free Judge podcast, man. Episode 68.
Right? 68. 68.
Man, thank y'all.
We love y'all. Feel me? Proud to be here, and a lot more coming soon.
Yes, sir, Ski, man. Appreciate y'all. We all gone. Have a happy Sunday, y'all.